More precisely than that, which is rather like not venturing to define the purpose of empty cartridge cases and spent projectiles of lead scattered around the OK Coral in Tombstone, Arizona. Professor Cross, following in DeVox's footsteps, but incapable of the same disingenuousness, grudgingly alludes to what appears to have been a forge. In fact, arrows were found inside the ruins of Qumran, and while one could argue that these were loosed by attacking Romans, they are, as Professor Driver asserted, as likely to have belonged to the occupants, if not indeed more likely. On the whole, the military character of the ruins is so flagrant that another independent scholar, Professor Golb of the University of Chicago, has gone so far as to see in them an entirely martial installation. According to Golb, the scrolls were never composed or occupied or copied at Qumran at all, but were brought there from Jerusalem, specifically for protection. No fragment or parchment or papyrus, Golb has pointed out, was ever found in the debris, nor any tools of scribes. Apart from coins and the physical ruins, the most important body of external evidence used by the international team for dating the Dead Sea Scrolls derived from the tedious science of paleography. Paleography is the comparative study of ancient calligraphy, assuming a strictly chronological and linear progression in the evolution of handwriting in endeavors to chart developments in the specific shape and form of letters, and thus to assign dates to an entire manuscript. One might find, for example, an old charter or some other document in one's attic, on the basis not of its content, but of its script alone. One might guess it to date from the 17th as opposed to the 18th century. To that extent, one would be practicing a species of amateur paleography. The procedure, needless to say, even when employed with the most scientific rigor, is far from conclusion. When applied to the text found at Qumran, it becomes feeble indeed, and sometimes tips over into the ludicrous. Nevertheless, DeVaux invoked paleography as another corpus of external evidence to discredit the conclusions based on internal evidence of Roth and Driver. It was, therefore, the alleged paleographical evidence pertaining to Qumran that Eisenman had next to demolish. Paleography, according to Frank Cross of the international team, is perhaps the most precise and objective means of determining the age of a manuscript. He goes on to explain, we must approach the problems relating to the historical interpretation of our text by first determining the time period set by